It was just after sunrise when a single dad named Mark stepped out onto his front porch with a cup of cheap coffee and his loyal German shepherd, Ranger. The mornings in Willow Creek were usually quiet, peaceful even. But that day, as the mist curled low along the road, Ranger's ears shot up, and the dog let out a low, trembling growl. Mark didn't know it yet, but within minutes he would stumble into a moment that would change his life and save someone else's, because lying barely visible in the ditch, hidden by weeds in the morning fog, was a female police officer unconscious, bleeding and fighting for her life. If Mark hadn't walked outside at that exact moment, if Ranger hadn't heard something he couldn't, she would have died alone. And what that single dad and his dog did next shocked the entire police department, the news stations, and every person who heard the story. Before we begin, make sure you subscribe to the channel, drop a like, and leave a comment if stories like this inspire you. Your support helps us keep bringing powerful, true-to-life stories right here on your channel name. Now, let's get into it. Mark Sanderson wasn't the kind of guy who expected to be anyone's hero. He was a quiet 36-year-old single father, raising his 7-year-old daughter, Lily, in a small rental house at the edge of town. Life hadn't been easy for them. His ex-wife had left 3 years earlier, and Mark had spent every day since trying to balance 2 jobs, parenting, and the emotional exhaustion that came with doing everything alone. His one constant companion besides Lily was Ranger, a 4-year-old rescue dog who slept at the foot of Lily's bed and followed Mark like a shadow. That morning, Mark planned nothing more than getting Lily ready for school and heading to his shift at the auto shop. But when Ranger broke away from the porch with sudden urgency, Mark knew something was wrong. Ranger didn't run off unless it was serious. "Ranger, boy, hold up," Mark called, setting his coffee down so fast it sloshed. The dog sprinted straight toward the ditch across the street, barking sharply. Mark ran after him, pushing through the tall, damp grass. At first, all he saw was a crushed patch of weeds. Then he froze. A woman, a uniform, blood. "Dear God," Mark whispered. The female officer lay twisted, barely conscious. Her right shoulder was soaked in blood, and her breathing came in shallow, rattling gasps. Her duty belt was still on, but her radio was cracked beside her. She had clearly tried to call for help and failed. Ranger whined and pressed his nose gently to her cheek. Mark crouched down, heart hammering. "Ma'am? Hey, stay with me, can you hear me? The woman's." Lips moved, but no words came out. He grabbed his phone with shaking hands and dialed 911. The operator answered immediately. 911, what's your emergency?" I found an officer down," Mark stammered. "She's been hurt bad. She's bleeding, unconscious. Please, I need him right now." While the dispatcher asked questions, Mark tore off his flannel shirt and pressed it firmly onto her wound, trying to stop the bleeding. Ranger stood guard, barking toward the trees as if warning off invisible threats. The dispatcher told him that officers and paramedics were already on their way. The nearest unit was 6 minutes out. 6 long minutes. Mark swallowed hard. "Stay with me, okay?" "You're not alone," he whispered to her. The woman's eyes fluttered, and she let out a faint sound, half pain, half relief. Mark didn't know her name yet, but he made a silent promise he would not let her die. Later, the police would piece everything together. Officer Rebecca Hale, 29 years old, had been responding to a call the night before a report of suspicious vehicles near the abandoned mill. She had been ambushed by 2 men, struck, disarmed, and left for dead. She had crawled nearly 50 yards before collapsing in the ditch, but at that moment, all Mark knew was that she needed him, and he refused to let fear freeze him. Ranger lay against her legs to keep her warm, while Mark talked to her softly, kept pressure on the wound, and monitored her breathing the best he could. He had no medical training, but his determination filled the gaps. Minutes later, the distant wail of sirens echoed across the quiet neighborhood. Mark exhaled in relief. Police cruisers arrived first, officers jumping out and sprinting toward them. 2 paused, initially confused by the sight of a civilian leaning over an injured cop. But once they saw Mark's hands pressing his shirt to her wound, they realized he'd been trying to save her. Paramedics arrived seconds later, taking over with practiced urgency. Mark stepped back, hands trembling, covered in blood that wasn't his. Ranger sat beside him, head low, as if understanding the gravity of the moment. A paramedic looked at Mark. "Sir, if you hadn't found her when you did, she wouldn't have made it." Mark felt a lump rise in his throat. One of the officers, a tall man with tired eyes, walked over. "I am Sergeant Coleman. You helped save one of our own today. Thank you." Mark shook his head. Anyone would have done it, but Sergeant Coleman gave him a look, one that said, "No, most people wouldn't have." The story could have ended there, but it didn't. Later that afternoon, after Lily returned from school, Mark got a knock at the door. Two officers stood there, Coleman and a younger officer named Torres. They asked if Mark and Lily could come to the hospital. "Officer Hale's awake," Coleman said. "She wants to meet the man who saved her life." Lily clutched her dad's hand, nervous but curious. At the hospital, Rebecca lay propped up in bed, her shoulder bandaged heavily. She was pale and exhausted, but alive and smiling softly. When Mark stepped in, she whispered, You're my hero." Mark felt embarrassed. "I just did what anyone should do." Rebecca shook her head slowly. "No, you did more. You stayed with me. You kept me calm. You gave me hope. I remember your voice. Your dog. Everything." Ranger wagged his tail shyly by the doorway. Rebecca let out a small laugh. "Your dog saved me too. He found me first, didn't he?" Mark nodded. "Ranger's got better instincts than I do." She stared at the dog with a kind of gratitude that words couldn't express. News of the rescue spread quickly. Within 24 hours, local channels were calling Mark the single dad hero, and Ranger was dubbed the guardian dog. Mark tried to avoid the spotlight, but the police department insisted on recognizing him. 2 days later, the entire Willow Creek police force invited him, Lily, and Ranger to the station. They held a small ceremony, presenting Mark with a Citizen's Bravery Award. When Sergeant Coleman handed him the plaque, he said, "In moments of crisis, heroes aren't always in uniform. Sometimes they're everyday people. Single parents fighting their own battles, who still choose kindness when the world needs it most." Mark stood there, overwhelmed, holding Lily close. Ranger sat proudly at their feet. Rebecca, still recovering, hadn't been cleared to attend, but she sent a letter that the chief read aloud. In it, she wrote, "The night I was attacked, I believed I would die alone. But a stranger refused to let that happen. Mark's kindness didn't just save my life, it restored my faith in people. His courage gave me a second chance, one I'll never forget." People wiped their eyes. Even some officers had to turn away. Mark never saw himself as brave. He didn't see himself as special. But in the days that followed, something inside him changed. He started believing that maybe, just maybe, his life had purpose beyond the struggle. Rebecca recovered more quickly than expected, and shortly after returning to duty, she visited Mark's home to thank him properly. Lily adored her instantly. Ranger treated her like family. Over time, those visits turned into conversations. Conversations turned into friendship, and friendship slowly grew into something warmer, something honest and unexpected. Mark wasn't looking for love. Neither was Rebecca. But sometimes, kindness opens doors you never saw coming. But the most powerful part of this story isn't their connection. It's the ripple effect. After the story aired, people in Willow Creek began doing small acts of kindness for the police, bringing food, writing notes, offering support, and in return, officers made a point to check in on families, single parents, and people who often felt invisible. One simple act, one single dad stepping forward instead of turning away, changed an entire community. Kindness rarely requires perfection. It doesn't demand that we be fearless or extraordinary. Most of the time, it just asks us to show up, to care, to pay attention, to choose compassion over convenience. Mark didn't know his life was about to shift the moment he followed his dog across the street, but he acted anyway. He helped anyway. And because he did, a mother, a daughter, a sister, an officer lived to see another day. Kindness is powerful. It ripples. It reminds us that we are all connected in ways we sometimes forget. So wherever you are today, whatever you're facing, choose kindness. You never know whose life you might save or how your own life might change because of it.